Crease. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, peeps? How everybody doing today? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Hey, I'm your host, Will, and hopefully we will have another co-host that will join me shortly. We have a great show tonight. We actually have Billing Live through Sports Network, Coach Ryan and Coach Carlos to join us a little later on in the show so we can figure out what's going on and they can let us know the opportunities that these young student athletes have for, like college tours and also, showcases. So and other stuff that they are doing. So, it's a new school year. It's time to get it. So hey, that's what it's about. So I hope everybody's weekend was good, calm, cool, collected, no big problems, no big issues, nothing like that. Very fortunate that I basically just relaxed. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff like that. Let me see. So last week we had a banger of a shows. We had several guests that was on and knocked it out of the park. This week should be the same thing, and can't wait for that. Like today, like I said, I already told you who's coming on tomorrow. Let me look at my calendar, so don't be mad at me as I look this way. We're gonna have our first football team president, Sean Donegan from the Yellow Jackets. So you know what I'm saying. So we're getting the youth sports involved. So we finally got our first one. We tried to get another one, but have not heard from them. So we just keep moving. You know how that goes. So we got the Yellow Jackets president's coming on the 16th. On the 17th, hopefully we'll have Chris Redmond to join us from Cal. And then on the 18th, we'll have April Brooks, who's the director the AD of Jefferson County Public Schools. So let me see. Hold on, guys.
You got me.
That's right, Mayor. We are on right now. So we're joined by the mayor. The mayor is going to go ahead and co-host with me, like I said. So this week, tomorrow, hopefully, Sean Donegan of the Yellow Jackets. NC should be Chris Redmond of Cal. And the 18th should be April Brooks, Jefferson County Public School AD. So it should be an action-packed week. Should be fun, full of information, knowledge gain, all that kind of stuff. How you doing, B-Cos? You doing all right?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I finally got to get on here, man. It's been a hit and miss because I'm good.
It's spinning.
Huh?
Was it just spinning or something like that?
That and I didn't hit join, man. Since I didn't get back into the coaching thing, I didn't forget how to get on.
Right. Man, I mean, we got to knock the dust off, so we had to bring you back and all that kind of good stuff. Speaking of that, how is coaching going at Southern? How's it going, man?
Man, it's going pretty good, man. I'm with an awesome staff, man. The head coach, he got some things to ruin, man. The AD's legit. The other assistant coaches, man, they welcome me with open arms. The kids, I'm still trying to learn them, and I'm still, some of them still trying to figure out what they can and can't get away with. So it's going good. It's about as good as it can be right now.
Well, who's your first game this Friday? Who y'all playing?
We got Dawson this Friday, man. Coach Crow. Yeah, man, and looking at film, they look pretty damn good. I think everybody's right, pretty much right there. But
right.
Looking at the scrimmage that I looked at, they look pretty damn good.
Okay. So that what time of that and where's it at?
I want to say 7 at Southern,
Okay.
but I'm not for sure because apparently we had a water main break, so I'm not for sure.
Okay.
So it's currently scheduled for Southern, but things may change.
Okay. Cool, cool. Well, I mean, I know they're very happy to have you join that staff. So, new adventure, that's good, and all that kind of stuff. So, with Southern, nothing but the best for this upcoming season. So, what I'm saying, go Trojans. We pretty much had everybody on. You know what I'm saying? Coach Hatchet and Ellison. So it's all good, big time. So, check this out. Let's go on and get it started. And I'm gonna have to keep adding you. That's okay. Our social media. If you don't know by now, then I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop saying that because we got some new followers. So look, this is where you're gonna find us at Mark and Will Show across the board. We're talking about Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, which is that's fun. Twitch, of course, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Also, if you want to go on the website, get the podcast, guys can get on me because I need to start updating. I'm probably going to update some stuff as far as some of the podcasts, get caught up with that when I get off the show tonight. So, www.markandwillshow.com. That's where you're going to find all the goodies. If you got a guest you're thinking about, hey, man, maybe he'd be good for the Mark and Will Show, go ahead and we got the contact. You'll see the mayor down there. The mayor's got that information. I got the information, so everybody can check and see if we get an email for somebody. And then, like I said, if you need to contact us, DM us on other stuff to let us know. Say, hey, man, I sent you something. Please feel free because, as you can see, there's a lot of different stuff, social media out there. We're not a one-trick pony. We're not just doing one thing. We got several different things. So make sure you go ahead and just have fun because we try to make it fun. It's not the same on all these different social media is different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are different stuff on there. TikTok, you're privy to a lot of other stuff as far as conversation that's not even on the show or this little stuff, glimpse and highlights. So just definitely check all that good stuff out, and that's what it's all about. So another thing that's coming up, and actually this one I'm gonna have to get with the crew to see when we can do some taping. We did it Saturday 2 weeks ago, so I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Uh, FNC is fun. If you haven't heard of that, go ahead and check that out. Friday Night Crew. The mayor's been on before and they had a good show, so we always mayor anytime. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, Friday is everybody's caught up in high school football, different stuff. So it's that show's taped on a different day. Perfect idea to be dropped on that Friday, but it'd be taped differently. You know what I'm saying? To keep that Friday Night Crew thing as far as the name. But great topics, great. It's not all about those sports. You may have a sports topic come up like Brittany Griner and all that kind of stuff like that. But other than that, it's all good. So let's go on and get it cracking real quick. Let's go on and get into some baseball scores that happened over the weekend. Um, let's go on and do this. Sunday, August the 14th, you had the Braves beat the Marlins 3-1. You had the Padres beat the Nationals 6-0. Guardians beat Blue Jays 7-2. Rays beat the Orioles 4-1. The Reds 8, Cubs 5, Mets 6, Phillies 0. White Sox 5, Tigers 3, Royals 4, Dodgers 0. Astros 6, A's 3. Cardinals beat the Brewers 6-3. Rangers beat the Mariners 5-3. Diamondbacks beat the Rockies 7-4. Giants beat the Pirates 8-7. 4-2 win for the Angels over the Twins, and the Red Sox beat the Yankees. Today, August the 15th, you got the Braves with a 2-0 lead. That's a big series against the Mets. That's going on right now in the bottom of the second. You got the Phillies with a 3-2 lead over the Reds. 2-0 the Marlins over the Padres. Tigers 3-1. Down 3-1 to the Guardians. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Nationals. 0-0 the Rays and Yankees. A big series. Orioles 3-0 to Blue Jays. Royals 2-0 over the Twins. And the A's and the Rangers 0-0. Guardians beat the Tigers earlier 4-1 in a doubleheader. We got four games that has not been played. You got the Astros and White Sox, Dodgers, Brewers, Mariners, Angels, D-backs, and Giants. And you already got somebody who was hit pretty much this weekend. Tatis with the 80 game suspension from the PED. So that's going to hurt the Padres. So definitely keep your eye on that kind of stuff.
You
So,
know what, Will? I'm trying to figure out what PEDs he took because
well,
the PEDs that he took versus what Mark McGuire took is totally different because dude still looked the same.
oh yeah. I don't think he took the human growth ones. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Barry, like Barry and Mark McGuire and their heads grew and all this kind of stuff like that. I don't think he did do that, but for someone who's definitely, and I didn't do the standings, but when you look at it, the Padres is in second place. They're fighting for that wild card because they 16 games out of first in the West of Dodgers. So my thing is 80 games. That's the season, dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the playoff season, and it's like your team needs you because they're definitely in the hunt. They're in the second place, so they got the second spot for the wild card. But you get busted with this, and I mean, it
But
hurt. It
but
hurt.
if I'm gonna take a PED, I'm gonna look like Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa. I'm not trying to stay the same.
Well,
For for
the crazy thing is that before that human growth, they had all the other steroids. They have the swimmer steroid, all this stuff like that that
yeah.
won't bulk you, but dude was already good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. And I mean, might have had an injury. He could have all kinds of things like that. But I guess you don't want your head to continue to get this big as hell like McGuire and Bonds and Sosa, and so I guess he had to take the light one. He couldn't take the full throttle. You know what I'm saying? He had a 20. He didn't have the 80.
Still looking like a teenager.
Right,
Don't get me
right,
wrong.
right. He's like, nah, I don't need all that. I don't need that drama. Big time. All right, so very interesting now. So now what you have right in front of us, we have the playoffs that's happening in the WNBA. It's getting ready to start, right? So you got what you have right there, and I'm not gonna even front. I'm gonna use my phone so I can really see it. So right now you have the Aces going to be versus Mercury, Phoenix. You can have okay, that disappeared on me. You have Seattle against Washington. You have Chicago against the Liberty that made it in. You got Connecticut against Dallas Wings. The favorite is Chicago and the Aces. And Chicago was in first place, but the Aces took that over. So that'd be interesting if we can get that going. But you know how basketball, you know how sports is, Brandon. Looks good on paper till you play it.
But hey, but Becky Hammond is a beast coaching, man. I'm just hey,
Beast.
don't
He's a beast.
don't be surprised if Ace win it. Don't be surprised if Las Vegas win it because Becky Hammond is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You, I think she got a don't she got a championship with the men if I'm not mistaken.
You got to.
I think,
I don't. Well, she was San Antonio. San Antonio ain't won that in years.
but I think she might have been on one of them. She may have been. I'm not sure.
I know she was with. I think she was with one of the WNBA champions. But I also know that on the other side, you got the unicorn, Candace Parker, who's gonna be trouble. I mean, Wilson is great. You got Plum. You got a lot of good players on that side, but you also got a lot of good players with Chicago. And I hope it is them. They're the two best teams. So let's get it. Becky Hammons has done a hell of a job for the first year of that, but she got a ton of experience besides a player, assistant coaches. You know what I'm saying? She's running stuff that Pop did and whoever
Yep.
got. So they very well coached. And then you got to think they had Lambert before her. So
Right.
Lambert has won many championships with of course the NBA, but also WNBA. So they're a well coached team. I just hope that pans out, that it's like that. But like I said, it never always go to perfect as far as 1 against 2, but who knows?
But you got to think too. It ain't a 7 game series like the man. I think it's what 3 games.
It's three and
So,
five. It's
huh?
3 and 5. The first
Yeah.
one
So
three, and then it goes to 5. Right.
yeah. So them 3 games is a mother. And I'm gonna say this: ever since Candace Park and old dude, her baby daddy, then broke up or whatever, she didn't ball. I guess he was holding her back. He was stopping her greatness.
Woo! Yeah,
But that's another show.
yeah,
That's
that's
a
another
Friday night crew.
show. That's
That's a
another
Friday night crew
show.
topic.
And yeah, because she won some in Sparks, but she came home and did it. And Sherman Sheldon Williams is I I have no idea. I saw him surface on TikTok. He's up in a big old mansion somewhere. I mean, he made some money NBA, and I guess he stored it. He didn't have to use the checks because his wife was getting all them checks. So I guess he stored the checks.
He,
He
he
showed it.
looked like the type though that's probably getting alimony. He probably getting alimony and child support. I'm just saying.
Excuse me. Yeah, you right. Ain't no telling.
Friday night crew. That's a Friday night crew topic.
Yeah, what's up, Mom? How you doing? Let me see. You said hey to the mayor.
Hey mom, how you doing?
See, Shan said hi. My sis. When the other sister said hello, how y'all doing? Hope everybody has a good night. Make sure everybody hit somebody because we're gonna have a great conversation with Carlos and Ryan. So make sure you check that out. Get all this information.
Oh,
It's gonna be a
the
good
guys is on the guys is on tonight. Didn't even know that.
night. On tonight. They on tonight. Coming on at
All
eight
right.
thirty. So and who the perfect to help me ask these questions than the mayor. So that's great. So let's go on and get into this real quick. The mayor, this how this is. It's football season. It's pro football is among us, and you already got them saying that Lamar to stop contract talk. That's what it is when season starts. Um, I'm not surprised by this. What do you think about this strategy? Basically, he's repping himself. I guess his mother is still helping with that. But hey, you know, everybody's shocked, but they should not be shocked. But what do you think about?
For for the Ravens' sake, they better hope the man don't win the Super Bowl this year. Ah, he don't. He doesn't win MVP. They better hope. He just has a. They better hope he's not a top 5 quarterback this year.
Right, right.
And with Russell Wilson, I mean not Russell Wilson, but the quarterback with the Browns, Watson.
Watson, Deshaun, yeah,
Yeah, with him possibly sitting out this year, and Kyler Murray, they better hope for the Ravens' sake, they better hope Lamar's numbers aren't better than Kyler Murray's,
hmm
and they better hope he doesn't falling within that top 5 quarterback range because he's gonna be able to
right.
write a blank check.
Right, you're right. He'll cash in big time. And the thing about it is that you would think because I mean, granted, somebody's talking to him or whatever, but it seemed like you should be able to get it done quicker because you're dealing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not dealing with an agent who's got that's thinking of other things and stuff like that. You're dealing with your quarterback who knows everybody in the room in the front office, and you know what he's done. What does it take, Lamar? It's simple. It
But
may
what
not
I'm hearing,
he may not get it, but whatever.
but from what I'm hearing, he just want to be paid more than what Watson got. He wants more guaranteed
That's
than what
easy.
Watson got.
That's easy.
Right.
Easy. What did he get? 230? 234? What did he get? 230?
Yeah.
234?
I think it's 230, but fully guaranteed.
Yeah, well, 240. 240 guarantee. Come on, bro. Let's go. Forget it. I mean, I know people caught up on the guarantee because of all this. But if anybody between Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray, and don't get me wrong, Deshaun Watson was a beast, but now and I hate to say that, he's a tarnished beast that we don't
Yeah.
know what you're going to get, right? So definitely going to pay him more than him. And then Kyler Murray sitting there, he's got to go to 101, quarterback 101 classes to get his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, come on, bro.
But and they better hope his numbers. They better hope their record's not better than the Chiefs, and his numbers aren't better than Patrick Mahomes. Because then he's gonna be in that that 500 million. Yeah, So you might want to get this
I'm
deal done.
Well, I'm like you. Before we move on, I'm like you. I agree with you. I think you should get this done before the start of the season because if he throws up a ridiculous numbers and they're successful and they go to Super Bowl or the conference championship, whatever needs to happen, if he does that, he's the MVP again. Yeah. You go. That's Patrick Mahomes money. I mean, I'm sorry, because the proof is in the pudding. So, that's how it goes. And if you want to play games, you're going to get burnt by that.
And I'm gonna tell you one more thing though. It's gonna be La Maryland. They're gonna take Baltimore out. It's gonna be La Maryland instead of Lamar La Maryland.
All right. You right. It's going to be something like that. So, look, right off the bat, now we're getting Watson truly sorry to the women I've impacted. Um, at first, he wasn't saying none of that, but it's kind of different when you have the NFL league. The league is saying we want him gone the whole year. So you get this is when you get this. This is not contrite. This is nothing. This is the lawyer and the agent done told him, hey man, they're trying to get you out for a year. You probably won't get a year because you already got 6. You might get only 8 or 9, but they did not like what's going on, and you're just walking around. So business move, strictly business move on this. I was wondering what took so long. What do you think, mate?
PR, man. It's all about that PR. At the end of the day, man, he got a good public relationship team. And, the evidence, I don't know. I wasn't in the room with him.
Right.
But I think had he came out and did this earlier, they probably would have been a little bit more lenient. But now
Right.
that you're seeing the whole season, and, you're trying to savage some, you got to say sorry. And, you know, I don't condone his behavior. But, again, I wasn't in the room with him, so I don't know
What
what
happened?
happened.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
So, because you got mixed stories. Because I seen where you had one of the masseuse's sons say that she couldn't wait to do it again. Then you
Right.
had, so you don't know what would happen. But he had to say he was sorry.
Right. And real quick, a lot of the thing is that the truth lies somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
everybody was with it. Some were, some wasn't, and now you got this mess. And so I'm with you. Like I said, he should have went ahead and did this earlier. And you wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, it'd have been a little bit better. Real quick, the Birds. Field conditions not up to par. The the league is upset with the Chicago Birds, maintenance crew, field crew, organization, all this kind of stuff. This is very, very vital because you would think now, Brandon, you coach in high school, and I know you done been to some fields that are not good, not all this kind of stuff. But would you think that the NFL would have to go and actually reprimand a owner and say, "Hey, man, what is going on with this field?"
You know what? I want to try and get a new stadium. So by any means necessary.
He said, "Hey, sabotage this. Let's get this
Yeah.
thing. We'll be Gucci on it." All right.
Because you see, they're trying to get an indoor. You see, they're trying to get an indoor now so they can be on, so they can get a Super Bowl. And the Titans, you can see the Titans is building an indoor stadium now to get a Super Bowl. So
Right.
everybody, I give it X amount of years, and every team probably is gonna have an indoor just to get that Super Bowl.
What you said? What you said?
Because who wants to go to Chicago in February?
Well, you know what? What you say? Not even just that. You better go ahead, like you said, get that new, get a dome, get whatever retractable. Because I understand you want the elements because that's the mystique. But you better shut it when it comes to Super Bowl time. Because like you said, who wants to go there freezing cold, all this kind of stuff? I'm with you on that one, big time. That's a great point. And sabotage, I can see that. I want to do 2 things real quick before we get them on because there's some other stuff I want to go through. But let's go ahead and do one of our brackets. And this is great because we got you on here. So we're doing a part of our best linebacker bracket. And
Got you.
so we're picking one and then one move on. And sometimes when it gets hard, we go ahead and let the social media decide. So right
Got you.
now, today we got the Marcus Ware versus Zach Thomas. What what Mark and I have discussed on this, what I don't like, because this is not a bracket that we created. What I don't like, they have a lot of um, DNs. They, you know what I'm saying, that's hybrid. You know, like the Marcus were. Yes, he was basically a DN, but he stood up and did different things. You know what I'm saying, and Zach, you know what I'm saying, definitely the traditional middle linebacker. What are your thoughts on this, and who you got?
Well, to me, if we're going linebacker, I'm going with Zach Thomas because Zach Thomas was a linebacker. DeMarcus Ware was a defensive end. So whoever made this bracket is already flawed because
Mm-hmm.
D Ware was a defensive end all day long.
Right, and that's because when they do that 3-4 and they drop them outside linebackers in the position, you know what I'm saying? Like DeMarcus, you know, because he played in several different. If I had to go with straight out numbers and who impacted the game, I got to go with DeMarcus Ware. Dude was a beast, and not just because I'm a Cowboys fan. Because Zach Thomas. What we're gonna do? We're gonna put this one on social media so you guys can vote on this one, and so we can move on with that. So we'll go ahead and do that part. One more thing before we probably get our guest on. This right here is a doozy. I'll definitely want to talk about this one. Um, Here it is right here. Start, bench, and cut. Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the sinners of the Lakers. And everybody knows them. If you don't, then you need to YouTube what's going on with this one. The mayor, who you got as your starter?
Shaq,
Bench.
bench, I'm going with Kareem.
You
I'm
cut.
cutting Wilt. Because I didn't see the 100-point game. I
Well, that
don't
was with
even
Philly. That was with Philly.
but I'm just saying I don't see the 100-point game, but I'm going Shaq. Shaq was dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq could have played with any era and dominated.
Right. Right. We kind of different. With this a little different. I'm going to start with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That skyhook was wicked. Nobody can block that. Dude was a monster. No one could guard him at all, anywhere he was at. Not just because he's the all-time leading scorer, but I used to watch him, man, and what he was doing. It wasn't even funny, man. And even at this picture, when he was old, he was still throwing them in. So I'm gonna start Kareem. My bench, I'm kind of feeling you with this one as far as I got Shaq my bench because Shaq was dominant. No one could do anything with him. And, you know, it's a Diesel. Diesel in his prime was rolling, doing all kinds of stuff. No one wanted to mess with him with that. He was a monster. So definitely on that. I'm cutting Wilt just because you just said it. You said 100 point. 100 point came in Philly. You know what I'm saying? He was there. You know what I'm saying? Don't get wrong. He's at Philly. You know what I'm saying? He was at the Lakers. I think he was at another place. He dominant, 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 but he couldn't get over Bill Russell, who was 6'9".
Yeah.
No, you're cut. So hey, definitely on that one. So we can ready to start bringing in the guys, as so I can say it,
The
from
guys.
Lives Through Sports Network.
The, the guys.
And I already know. See, I already knew.
The best.
I knew Los was gonna come on like this though.
Low somewhere
Like
probably
what?
training somebody. The
With,
best
with
trainer.
the phone cocked, you know, stand. You know, I always tell Los, just turn it or whatever you got. Like,
Lowe's probably training right now, man. The best DB trainer in the city.
and
Lowe's training.
he got his phone locked, so he can't turn it. Hey, he's
You
Man,
know what
whatever,
that
man.
is?
Los is
That's that UK stuff, man. That's not
hey.
that Kentucky stuff, man.
Look, he gotta go. Why you run him off? Why you run Los off? Okay, okay.
No. Lowe's my guy, man.
Yeah,
Lowe's know he my guy.
he still got it. He got his
Oh,
screen locked. That's what that is. That's all right though. We'll work with you though, Los. It's all good.
Can
Yeah.
y'all
That's
hear me?
extra tip for you, man. We can hear you, just can't see
Huh?
you.
Nah, we can't
We can't see you.
we can't see you. And uh actually,
Told you he was training somebody.
when you the scholarship whisperer, you know that's what happens, man. He's a scholarship whisperer.
See, he wasn't a walk on. See, so that's a scholarship right there, baby. That's a $100
Oh man, let me
handshake
fix
Los
this.
was getting in the 80s.
Right. Man, don't let him do all that, man. That's all good though. For real. Every time I knew Los was coming on like that though. Bro. I knew it was gonna be, and what it is, his phone. He's got, you know how like you go to utilities and stuff. He's got it where you can't turn
Look, Los is
it.
training. That's because he's training right now, Will.
I,
Los don't want us to know he's training the next great one.
I know.
Man, whatever.
He's hiding stuff. That's okay.
Yeah, he got one of them low key joints that we don't know about over hiding.
That's all right though. We bring everybody on here real quick. Let me get them. How y'all doing tonight? So,
Mr. Shelby,
how's
What
everybody?
up, what up, what up?
you got Mr. Shelby County.
Yes, sir. This is gonna be a good one. There we go. There we go. Hey, as we said, we got Building Lives through Sports Network. We got Coach Ryan and Coach Carlos on here, so we can talk about some good old stuff that you guys are doing with this organization. You know, we got some college tours coming up, and you know, any kind of pertinent information. It's time to get this out. New school year, new school season. So you know, who's gonna lead us through this? Who's gonna talk about what's going
Hold
on
on, let me start off real
about
quick.
2 weeks?
Hold on real quick. Will.
Go ahead.
Hold on real quick. Hey, Ryan, who y'all got this week, man?
So who do we have?
Um, who y'all got this week, Ryan? Yeah, who do y'all have this week? I'm getting it started because I know they probably watching.
Are you so are you trying to be funny though? You know what I'm saying?
No,
No, we got Collins this Friday. We got Collins this Friday night, and we actually play at Kentucky State University.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's gonna be a goodie. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So to get a quick background, man. We at Shelby County, you know what I'm saying? We're renovating the whole stadium, brand new turf, brand new bleachers, all kind of new stuff. And it just got pushed back a little bit as far as the completion date. And so I guess the ads and the higher ups sat down, had a conversation, and we'll be playing at K State on the Hill this Friday night at 7:30.
Wow,
nice.
that is nice. That is nice. Ain't that that's your rival, ain't it? Your brother, right? Right across the street
I
of
mean,
city. Like,
I'm new to the city, man. So I'm gonna say yes. It's the Shelby County Collins rival, just because it's the hometown. They call it the hometown showdown. Um, so I'm guessing it's a legit 100% rival,
right,
or building to be a 100% rival. No pun intended. I'm new to the game, so I'm trying to
right.
say understand it. But so yeah, I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm definitely excited to be a part of the program. Definitely excited to be a part of this right here and just see what happens. You know, what I mean, it's a small town, but man, they show love. But I mean, like it's been a dope transition, man. Like honestly, it's been really smooth. These past I don't know 9, 10 months.
That's good stuff, right
Nice.
there. Okay.
Hey, can
Los,
I ask a question?
Los, did you got your Fred Cal Gear pass? You got your Fred Cal Gear pass going?
Woo! Woo!
What,
Woo!
Man, there you go. Hey man, I didn't know you was a GM of
what game?
Southern High School, man. You was an AD over there, nice.
Nah. I'm just
You the
assistant coach,
coach, the
baby.
AD, and everything over at Southern, huh?
Oh wow!
Nah, I'm just assistant coach. What games you got on your calendar, Carlos, for Friday?
I'll probably go check out Central and St. X.
Ooh, another goodie.
Ooh.
That's another goodie. Where's it at? St. X?
Oh, I think it's the St. X. They played Central last year. I can't remember. Yeah, I think they played Central last year. You know, the schools, man, don't like playing away from home, man. You know, they
Right,
probably gonna play at St. X.
right.
Ain't anybody going down on 15th Street.
Woo. I don't know about that, but
So,
yeah. So that should be a good one. That should be.
nah,
That's
that'd be a good one. I think everybody else got cakewalks though. I think,
right, right.
but
All right. So
we'll
look,
see though.
check this out. You guys have been on here quite a few times, but we have a ton of new subscribers who probably not familiar with Building Lives through Sports Network. So Ryan or Carlos, if you can, let everybody know exactly um, what Building Lives through Sports Network is.
All right. First, I want to, because the fellas know how I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we set the record straight. Nothing crazy. But you got under the umbrella how we do things as far as these bus tours, these camp tours, these camps or whatever. There's actually like 3 or 4 different nonprofits.
Okay.
You know, you hear about Building Lives Through Sports, but you also have, Go Ahead Sports Foundation. You also have Perform to Perfection Academy, which is Los, and you also have Humble Beach Rites of Passage, which is pretty much ran by Bryson Johnson. And so before we get into whatever, man, I gotta pay homage to them dudes because they we sit at the table together. You hear about one brand, but you really don't understand. It's a collaboration of like 4 or 5 different brands to get these things going. So like, that's what we're trying to do. Let everybody understand. Like, man, it ain't just a one man band or one brand band. It's a whole lot to it to make this shit go the way it should, or that it could go. They want to just throw that out there. But Bill Nye Through Sports Network, I'm one of the directors of it. You know what I'm saying? We're homegrown, which is me. You know what I'm saying? We out of Canton, Ohio. We're actually an international nonprofit because we actually started our first, um, I don't know, camps and foundation work and youth work and things like that in Grand Bahama Islands. So we've never really. So back in 2000, I don't know what year my mom founded it and created it. We didn't do anything in the United States. It was pretty much all, what I'm saying, in the Grand Bahamas. And so fast forward some odd years or whatever, now we're back in the U.S. doing stuff here in Kentucky. It's football and camp tours and everything like that. But you also have my little brother, Sean Montgomery. He's down in Texas. And he does a lot of baseball stuff down there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Baseball youth teams and youth camps and training and so on and so forth. And then in Northern Ohio, you have my sister who works with her husband, and they do basketball stuff. So, we're all over the place. Obviously, what I'm saying, you wouldn't know about that kind of stuff because we're here in Kentucky. But and so it's a family thing. It's a family nonprofit. It's me, my brother, my sister, my mom. Obviously, my mom's the CEO. She's the founder. Then we just fall in where we can fall in at for the kids. But our mission, our purpose, our passion, our vision is just to help the youth. You know what I mean? And it's a broad answer because we want to keep it broad. We don't want to limit it to just whatever is on the table. So what we do is we try to step in and help whatever program becomes better. Well, in Kentucky, it really wasn't trying to help it become better. It was pretty much like, let's add this portion to it because you already had guys taking kids to college football games. You already had guys taking kids to football camps. You already had guys doing things before we got here or before I got here. Now it's just more so about, okay, instead of leaving the state to do some things, let's bring it to the state and let the kids get to work before they leave the state. And then we'll get to the college game trips. Instead of, Carlos and Brandon and George Durant and Bertrand Johnson trying to figure out how you're gonna get kids to 5, 6, 7 different football games during the fall. Hey man, let's sit down and make a whole composite schedule, and we all work together to get these kids to these particular games. And it's worked. It's been a lot of hard work. Just convincing people that we don't want your money. We just want your young people to understand that we provide these opportunities and this platform. It ain't about the money at all. And so it's been an uphill battle. But the last few years we've had successful buck tours. Obviously, you've been to some of the football camps we had in Kentucky Western and K State and King Louis and Fern Creek. So those have been successful, and it's not even more so about like putting Kentucky on a map. That's what a lot of people think. It's really not about that. It's just more so about let's get these guys some work before they go out and have to really, really earn that bread at these camps. Because if we can have our own camps here that can fine tune them, where the players can take pictures and videos, and you solid. You know what I mean? Now you get to the college kids, you got all the basics down. Who to talk to, how to talk to them. So that's what we come in at. As far as our collaboration and what we've been trying to do. And so this year, we're trying to add another piece that we've done a million times over in Ohio. Then we've done it a couple of times in Kentucky, which is take kids to college football games. We have like 6 games. I think it's like 6 games that we scheduled. We sat down, and this is another thing too. So we on the same page, and everybody understand. This isn't a Ryan Montgomery spearheaded thing. This isn't a Carlos Carlos spearheaded thing. It's actually the JCPS football coaches. So we sat down and talked to the JCPS football coaches like, here's a schedule of the games. You know what I'm saying? We know you got guys going to UK, Georgia, Western, all of the things as far as D1 schools. But, give us a little Timmys and little Tommies and the Ryan Montgomerys of the world. You go to, Thomas More, University of Indianapolis, Central State, so on and so forth. And so every head coach in JCPS has been contacted via email, text message, and given the information that they could give to their kids. So if there's a JCPS parent that's watching this or will be watching this or whatever, and you like, man, I didn't know about that, check with your head coach. Because I got text messages and I got emails to let it be known. Like, man, we're trying to collaborate with the head coaches and do some great things for the community. And I'm not even in the community anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm living out in Frankfurt now. And I'm coaching in Shelby County. But I don't forget my roots. You know what I'm saying? Whoever helped me get my first start in a sense. And so reaching back and still, staying in touch with most of them. But that's what it's about. And all I did was just add Shelby County to it. Shelby County, Collins, and Eminence. You know what I mean? Those are the 3 schools that, quote unquote, been added to our list of schools to collaborate with and talk to about getting kids these opportunities. And I'll just talk about the first trip, and then we ask questions, whatever. So our first trip is next weekend. We're going to Thomas More. Thomas More plays Bluefield University out of Virginia. They have a young man on the staff as far as Thomas More that recruits Louisville, has recruited Louisville in the past, done a great job with young men. And with Thomas More going from NAIA to Division II, it's a great opportunity for young men in the area to go up there, see the school, meet the coaches, because it's a brand new coaching staff. Meet the coaches, see the new stuff. We've also got in contact with admission and student life people at Thomas More. So they're going to be there to greet the young men. So this isn't going to be your typical, come, walk the locker room, then go to the game and go home. Like, no, you're going to sit down with the admissions people and find out what it takes to get into Thomas More. You're going to sit down with some student life people and find out what campus life is like at Thomas More. Then you're going to transition over to the glitz and the glamour of being a football player, which is what it's really like. You got to find out what life is like on campus. And so we have contracted with 2 different companies, charter bus, or motor coach, or how you want to word it. We contracted with 2 different companies to transport the young men. We're going to ride in 55 passenger charter buses. We ain't rent no vans, and we ain't ride no school buses and stuff like that. So the one company is J&M out of Louisville. He is a Central State grad. He was directed to us by the young lady that transported us last year for the games, Miss Dina Williams. That he was all in, like, man, look, whatever I can help you guys out, if it's going to happen, let me know. So he's going to take us to 3 of the games, and then while we were talking about the Bucks tours this past summer or this past spring, Dr. April Brooks, the JCPS athletic director, activities director, I don't know her title, I apologize, but she pretty much recommended the I can't remember the name of the company, I'm sorry, but I reached out to them, and they're going to bus us to the other 3 games.
Okay.
As far as a charter bus. So it's just $30 for each trip, which we're trying to find donations, we're trying to find sponsors to make it easier on the young men. You know, you got guys they're paying player fees, you know, they just bought school clothes, parents, you know, whatever the case might be. So we're trying to find ways to make it happen for these young men. For all the trips, not just one, because our list of games is pretty cool. You know, so they don't get a chance to see a lot of football for nothing, because we've already talked to the college coaches. They already know we coming, 50 deep. They're excited about it. So, but yeah, that's it as far as the first trip. The rest of them, we talk about them later.
Right. Let me ask you this, Ryan. I know you said 50. Is it a cap on how many? Is that the number 50? Is that the cap, or is there a cap?
So it's a cap of 50. I think we said 52 for some of the trips. Because some of the trips, we might just be able to go ahead and put all 55, 55 student athletes on there, and then we'll follow the bus. So, like, usually the plan is to put 54 kids on the bus, Thomas More, and then me, Los, Cosby, whoever go up there, we riding cars. Because, you want kids to be on the bus.
Right.
Obviously, you're going to need adult supervision. So if need be, man, we'll put adult on there. But we really want the kids to be on there and experience it. So the more kids we can get on the bus, the better. Like, we're not trying to have 48 kids and the X amount of parents, or 20 kids and 30 parents. Like, no, we're not doing that, because it's not about the parents. It's not at all. Now the parents are welcome to ride. We even got it to where the head coaches at JCPS, we spoken with them openly, and they understand that you can get on the bus. We want the head coaches to get on the bus, because I don't know anything about Will that plays at Mel High School.
Right.
So if a college coach asks me about this Will kid that plays at Mel, man, look, man, you got to ask him. But if his head coach,
it's in the history books, man. It's in the history books. Don't worry about that.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if a head coach asks us about that kid, you know what I mean, they're gonna be like, "Hey, his head coach right there been asking a lot of questions when I ask him." And so that's the connection. Even if it's an assistant coach, we really don't. It doesn't matter. And that's the connection that we're trying to get the coaches to understand. We're not trying to steal your shine. Like, nobody wants your shine. It's your job. These are your young men. If you don't want to ride with us, we'll drive. I wouldn't drive if I had a free ride, but my grandma, my mom, and them always told me, man, pride comes before stupidity. So some people would rather drive instead of ride with other people. But we going to the same place. What's the point?
So check this out. Ryan. So I know you said earlier that y'all reached out to the high school coaches and stuff. How has that reaction been? Have they came up? Have they answered you guys and things like that? And are some coaches actually going on the trip? Do you know? I mean, because I know the first one's in 2 Saturdays. What, the 27th? Is that the first trip?
Yeah, next week is the first trip.
Okay.
And then the trip after that, we're going to UIndy. We already know that already. I can put that out there. So Labor Day weekend, we're going to University of Indianapolis.
Okay.
But to answer your question, it's been receptive. I've gotten phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Some guys have responded to text messages. Some guys responded to emails. But then you got the guys that are pretty much going to do it their way, which is cool. No, again, no one is trying to steal anybody's shine. We're just trying to help provide a different avenue, or another avenue. You know what I mean? Because if you have if you have two studs on your team, and you have a roster of 50, what are the other 48 doing? You know what I mean? Like if all 48 don't want to go to college, I'm pretty sure 6 or 7 of them do. And so the thing is, if you're taking 2 or 3 or 4 guys to a college football game, well, okay, what about the other 6? What are they doing?
Right.
You know, and so that's what we're coming in at.
Yeah. You know what? Um, and I think that may be one of the issues because the days of when I played and everything, and coaches invite you up, and you have 1 or 2 or whatever. You guys are providing an opportunity for, like you said, the players that maybe not getting that opportunity. So and things have changed, and I think a lot of parents may not know that, and if you are seeing it as, oh well, this is this a bus ride, they're not going to do too much anything. I would challenge them to go to your guys' social media and check that out, just to see exactly what it means to go on these visits and who are you are meeting. Because a lot of times we get stuck in one way, think that can only happen in one way, and you guys are opening up the door for a lot of people. So on that one, as far as parents, has parents reached out and asked about the certain situation, or as far as like what is required, and do you have some parents that are actually going?
Um, Parents have reached out, but there's a lot of reluctancy, you know what I'm saying, as far as actually participating and signing up. And again, that's where the coaches come into play.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna use just because I rock with the coach or whatever, but like I don't coach the kids at Manual. I don't coach the kids at J Town. I don't coach the kids at Central. I don't know any of them. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's the reason why we're trying to get the coaches involved because, I'm a parent. My daughter's a cheerleader in Columbus, Ohio at Eastmore Academy. I tell you right now, they talking about taking a trip somewhere, man. If I can't go, her mama going.
Right.
But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call the coach up, like, hey, what is this? And if the coach says, well, I don't know, I haven't heard anything about it. Well, obviously the parents are gonna pretty much be like, man, I don't trust my son going on this trip because the head, number one, it wasn't recommended by the head coach. Number two, the head coach doesn't know anything about it. Or he claims to not know anything about it. And that goes all the way around as far as anything we've done, as far as trying to provide opportunities. Because it's again, everybody knows the stuff, in your program. You know the guys that really don't need the assistance, whatever the case might be. But again, we want to help. We want to help everybody, but we want to help the young guy. We want to help the guys that everybody is like, man, I don't know because whatever the reason is.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna use local as an example. Like Carlos Collins out of Cincinnati Moeller probably doesn't need much assistance.
Right.
6 foot whatever DB running back, he doesn't need any kind of pub. He got the measurements, he had the right school, blah 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 blah. But Ryan Montgomery, 5 foot nothing, out of Clemson, hey man, he might need some assistance going on the trip.
Right.
Let's take him around his teammates around some of the D2 schools, D3 schools, NLI schools, and let them see ball. And so that's all we're trying to do. So you don't have to worry about that young man. Just say, here's a great opportunity. Here's a list of games. We recommend you really check it out. I don't know why that's so hard. You know what I mean? Like it would be totally different if it was like, hey man, in order to go on these trips, it's gonna cost you $300.
Right.
But we're trying to make it as cost efficient as possible, and we've also asked the coaches to reach out to the different departments in your building. Because there's different departments in the building that can help fund a kid as long as they know what's going on and so forth. So I typed up a general letter and everything to pretty much help the coaches out as far as like whenever you talk to somebody in the building, whether it be a principal, a guidance counselor, or whomever, show them this. It has all the details in it, and if they got any more questions, just reach out. Because the main thing is, man, we know it works. We know what it takes to get the help because we've been doing it for so long. All we're asking is like, hey, if you would allow it, it could be very, very beneficial for the program. Because I know over the past few years, it was a big worry about, okay, well, we're not gonna rock Montgomery like that, man, because he had Fern Creek. We ain't gonna handle kids from Male and J-Town and Fairdale or whatever get tied in what he got going on because they need a program, which was the weirdest thing in the world because you got Brandon Cosby that coached at Fairdale, you got George Durant that was that Butler. You know what I mean? You had guys that was we working together, and we was JCBS coach. Like,
Right.
now that I'm out the city, you know what I mean? I'm out in the county now. It's like, okay, it should be evident. Like, hey man, even if you thought we were quote unquote trying to recruit your guys, no, nah, man. It's
Right.
not about winning games. I
Right.
mean, nobody. I get it that y'all want to win a game, but like, it's not about winning the game. It's the fact of we losing kids to the streets, man, and you're trying to help provide an answer and a fake remedy, but you want to sit there with your hands under your laps or whatever, under your butt, and just be like, oh man, I just lost another kid to the street. Oh, I just had another kid quit. I just had another kid out of school, so on and so forth. Well, try this avenue. It might work. It might work. It might not work. I don't know. But nobody will know unless you try it out. You know what I'm saying? You can only provide the opportunities and then recommend it and then step on it to see if it works. And I'm just a huge advocate of the youth. And then, you know what I'm saying? I just strongly believe that if you give them an opportunity to make a decision, a business decision as we call it,
Right.
I'm pretty sure they'll make the right decision. But if you don't show them, if you don't put them on a platform, you don't give them an opportunity, then please don't practice more than they go to the streets. Like, you use and abuse them. What you expect?
Right. Right. Also, I know that I think it was this earlier this year. Like you guys was doing like college. I was going to college tours and things like this. Um, how successful was that for you guys? Because I know, like you said, now you're going to the game day. You know, the game, and it seems like it's growing. You know, like I said, it was showcases, and it's college tours. Now it's game day and still the tours. But how successful was that?
I'll speak on my piece and I'll let Los he can give his. I mean, from the young men that went with us, a lot of those guys were like, man, you know what? I can play college ball, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? I can play college ball. Then it was a situation of them realizing, man, I ain't trying to go that far from home. We all in Cleveland, Ohio, Detroit, Michigan. They're like, man, I ain't about this life, coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with being in Louisville. I'm cool with being in Owensboro. I'm cool with being in Frankfurt. But 6 hours away, this ain't it. So I think it was a success because number one, it gave the young men an opportunity to see something different.
Right.
And also gave them an opportunity to see who they were. Because you're on this trip with, I don't know how many kids he took up there, but you on this trip with these random kids, these random young men, and you got 3, 4, 5 days to get to know them.
Right.
Y'all in a hotel together, y'all eating together, y'all, you know what I'm saying, fake helping each other recover from the yesterday's beating of the last camp. You know what I mean? All you guys are walking up to these college coaches and shaking them hands. You're pretty much creating this brotherhood in a sense over 2 days that you would have never had the opportunity to do if you'd have did it on your own. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think it was a success because it helped the young men see something different than they would regularly see if they were here at home.
Right. What you got on the Los?
I mean, I pretty much agree with Ryan. But the biggest thing I took away from that experience was, and I'll be transparent. A lot of these kids ain't as good as they thought they was, and it was an eye-opening experience to let them know that you got to go back and work because some of the kids thought they were sitting on top of a pedestal, thought they deserve a lot of the stuff, accolades and uh, scholarship offers that was out there that they really didn't deserve. So for me, uh, it was an experience for them to go back and say, okay, I really need to work on my craft, change my mindset a little bit, and go back to the grind. Now keep in mind, we still have some kids walk away with some offers. I mean, that's another. I mean, of all the stuff I just said, I mean, success rate was we still had some kids walk away with some offers, and there was some kids there that, like I said, me and Ryan met for the first time, that walked away from with some opportunity. But also, like I said, for me personally, it was an opportunity for the kids to go back and reevaluate themselves and figure out that, they can go back and work because, two of the kids that was on the tour with us, as soon as we got back, they called me like, Los, I need to put some work in. I need to do this. I need to do that. And this is, to me, that's a success of the trip. Is when kids realize that you can't be satisfied where you're at right now. In order to reach that the top of the mountain, you gotta do, man. You gotta keep, foot to the pedal, man, and keep working to try to achieve that goal, no matter what level it is. So that's my input on that.
Let me ask you guys just real quick. Do you think that pretty much a lot of people that was on that tour, uh, earlier, this year, whenever y'all did those tours and probably on this bus, is a lot of kids that are used to going on 7-on-7s and not the other kids that are, don't have that opportunity because, on 7-on-7, a lot of them, they used to going out of town and different stuff like that. But the other kids that are not, I know now these camps have a lot of linemen, different things like that. But still, like Ryan said, there's a lot of these kids that are not being looked at and probably don't have the opportunity. Maybe they don't get to go on the 7-on-7 or things like that. Do you see that as pretty much the same kids, or if that's so, what can we do besides? I mean, like you said, go get to the coaches. That's a great thing. Is there any other way we can get these kiddos to like, come on? Sometimes you got to be uncomfortable. Let's go. Let's look at a different world.
Can I answer? Can I answer that one? I'm gonna start off real quick.
Oh,
One thing, one thing
go
I
ahead.
realized is a lot of it is bad advice that some of these young men are taking. And some of them are good in Louisville and don't want to be challenged outside of Louisville because they're the big dog in Louisville. Some of them will get exposed by going against some kids, Detroit that really want it. So a lot of kids are reluctant to go and get challenged because they rather stay the big dog, and, rather stay the big fish in the small pond instead of trying to be, seen elsewhere.
Right.
I mean, one
Um,
thing that, and I do 7-on-7. I take my guys to different spots, but it's very rare we go up in Ohio because Ohio can't do 7-on-7.
Okay.
So for us to take them to Detroit or take them up to Cleveland, where they see uh, a different culture when it comes to football, that was something that I think woke them up. Like for example, we was at the Cleveland Brown Stadium, and, they had experience playing and participating in Cleveland Brown Stadium. But some of them players, man, they was hungry. They had a different mentality. They had a different motivation. And to be transparent, again, some of our players went in there and was lackadaisical about stuff. They was lackadaisical on drills. They was lackadaisical on certain stuff. When them
Mm-hmm.
dudes was going 120 miles per hour. Right? Why? Because it was coaches standing on the sideline. They trying to get scholarships, man.
Right. Right.
And like we kept telling them, I kept reiterating, like, dudes, I got to step up your game no matter what it is. It was doing warm ups. It was doing this drill, that drill, one on ones. You got to show your skill set, man, because coaches looking and see who wants that scholarship better than ever. So I think with them and going to a different part of the country where me and Ryan from Ohio in that area, so we know how motivation is different when it comes to football. Football's when lights, it's time to play football. You dudes don't care what you play. We play football in the parking lot. We don't care, but we trying to beat the brakes off of you no matter what. And I think that's the problem with some of these guys here in Kentucky is, oh, I mean, they just don't. they don't want to step up to the game when it's time to step up because, like Cosby said, they satisfied in their little bubble here. Where you go to, up in guys in Ohio, which is they up an hour and a half away. The dudes is hungry. They hungry. They trying to do something different to change their lifestyle. They trying to do something to change their family. And that's where we say, kids here in Kentucky get kind of complacent and get kind of, kind of comfortable where they at, and then wonder why, you know, they ain't going nowhere. I mean, that's the reality right now.
Right. It's a different culture. You're right.
Yeah. To add to that, to answer the other part of it, like it's not the same kids. Like we had linemen on there that we don't know anything about. We had some kids from Louisville that could ball. That we had a kicker from Iroquois, man, that was booting it. You know what I mean? He had college coaches like, man, I can't wait to get more information about you. I'm gonna follow you. You know, so he got my stuff, keep the contacts, so on and so forth. And so it was out of the, I don't know. We're gonna say 20 because I can't remember the exact number. But out of the 20 kids, man, I might have known, I don't know, 4 of them,
Good.
maybe less than that. Like actually known them
That's good.
because I'm calling their coaches like, hey man, who is this kid? Oh, that's my quarterback. Oh, that's my guard. Oh, that's my so and so. I'm like, man, Jesus, boy, you got some big kids. And so um, it's not normally the same kids, even at the football camps. You know, you've been to the camps or whatnot. You'll see some of the same kids, but at the same time, it's a different group that goes, and whatever the reason is, we take it. We don't need the same young men to participate in everything we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not what it's supposed to be. We not trying to steal your money and pump you full of like dreams. We want you to come with us, experience what we have going on, learn, take notes, and then when you go out to do it yourself, now you, your mom, or whoever, your dad, and whomever that travel with you, there's no confusion. You don't need, and this is just being honest. You don't need Bill Line through sports, P2P, GH. You don't need them to be successful. That's if anybody said that, hey, you need this to be successful, like you don't. You know what I mean? All it is it's a resource. We're
Right.
resources. We can help you be successful by giving you these resources. Like I would never ever say, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, if you don't go to the Bill Line through sports football camp or you don't play 7-on-7 for P2P or if you don't get to know the coaches at GAT, you ain't going to college. Really? Like you're gonna sit there and tell me that one brand can take care of hundreds and hundreds of kids? We got jobs and lives. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? We got our own kids, our own families and stuff like that to tend to. We can't keep up with you. And so we just Bill Nye through sports. Now Low Snook can speak on their own brand if I said something wrong, but I know Bill Nye through sports, man, we just want to help out. That's it. There's nothing else to it. And you've seen that and other people in Kentucky, they've seen it when they come to stuff like there's nothing out there saying, okay, well, this is the best thing. But no, it's just something we got going on this Saturday morning, this Saturday afternoon. It's pretty cool. Come out here, break a sweat, go home, man. Some college coaches over there standing there, go talk to them. And so, like, but now I love the diversity that we have every time we do something because it's wild when the parents call you and they be like, hey, my son came back and he said he had an awesome time. I'll be like, I don't even know who your son is, but I appreciate it. If you need anything, just let me know. You know, so give me my guy's phone number. And like Lo said, you'll have kids that'll call and be like, hey, coach, do you do DB training? Oh, that's not my thing, but you got my guy's phone number. Hey, coach, you know anybody that does O-line, D-line, linebacker training? No, I don't do that, but he got my guy's number. And so I put them on, you know what I'm saying, in a sense to where they need to go to.
Right.
You don't got to come to me for work. Like, George Durant, because they know this too. I don't care. I get a phone out like it's mine. George Durant, Carlos Collins. If they need any kind of financial support, anything like that, Bryson Johnson. If they need some training on how to be a bully, Brandon Cosby. You know what I mean? If you want to find out how to be a sergeant at arms, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got the whole shebang. But no, all jokes aside, like, it's just it's dope to see.
Well,
You know,
it,
uh, we just hope that what we're doing grows.
well, you know what, and that was my whole thing. You know, that I hope that it was, more than that, and that's what I was just trying to see because this is a great opportunity for everybody to get out there and check it out and see how it is to see the college, the game, and the coaches communicate with the coaches and all this kind of stuff. And that's what we come through. Like we try to bring these players on so they can get used to talking and stuff like that. And we'll be bringing more actually high school football players and basketball players on real soon to get them comfortable, with questions and different things and how to communicate because you be I ain't gonna say you guys be surprised. You already know there's so many kiddos that we don't reached out to, and even some adults that just nervous, that don't feel comfortable enough to express themselves. So I'm like, this show is never about embarrassing people. It's about empowerment. It's about learning and all this kind of stuff like that, and that's what you guys do. And I really hope that it continue to grow, and it seems like it is. And so we will continue to uh, shine light on it and spread the word for it. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this. Is it when is the cutoff date to go on this upcoming tour?
It really isn't one, man. You know, what I mean, we we're like, I'm gonna put it out there. The goal is for it to be free for the young men. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're in search of sponsors and donors. You know what I mean? Because once we pay for the bus, you know what I mean, the young men don't pay for anything. So that's why we're trying to reach out to anybody in the community that would like to help out. You know what I mean? You got 3 or 4 different nonprofits. So you want to be honest and be upfront, man. If anybody looking for a tax write off or looking for an opportunity to get involved with the youth and help out with whatever, I mean, we're not going to stop doing these things. So if you want to get your brand out there and you want to do some of that kind of stuff or whatever, these football camps, these bus tours, these college camp tours, these recruiting seminars, and these everything else that we have going on, they're not going to stop. Like, I'm not leaving Kentucky. You know what I mean? So until I'm up and up out of here, they're not gonna stop. And I don't think that with the relationship that I have with Los and Durant and those guys, I don't think that it'll stop as far as our nonprofits working together. So if you don't feel comfortable making a donation or being a corporate sponsor to building out through sports, man, reach out to P2P. If you don't feel comfortable doing it to P2P, reach out to Go Hard Sports. If you don't feel like Go Hard Sports, reach out to Humble Beast. Because at the end of the day, it's for the same thing.
Right.
Like it is. So, but the cutoff date, man, is something that we gotta discuss because truth be told, everybody know, man, bills gotta be paid.
Right.
And if bills ain't paid when they're supposed to, you gotta shut things down. So we're hoping that we don't run into a situation where we gotta pretty much cancel all the trips due to lack of funds. I don't know what people think. I think they think that we rolling the dough. Like, nah, like,
Right.
so hopefully, doing this and the constant pub on social media can, I don't know, spark some interest from someone to pretty much be like, hey, man, let's have a sit down discussion about, really being a part of what you guys have going on. And again, it won't be a one man band thing. You're going to get 3, 4, 5 heads to the table. It's just how we work. But so the registration is open. Seats are still available. And it's an up and back trip. Let me put this out there, and I apologize if I'm rambling, but every single trip that we're taking this fall is an up and back trip. We're not staying overnight at all. And so parents don't have to worry about hotels or whatever. That's why every single trip is $30. So again, it's our goal, it's our hope that we can find somebody to help foot the bill for us. Just being honest, to make it happen, make it more feasible for all the young men that want to participate. But yeah, there's no overnight. We discussed it. We had one trip that would have been an overnight thing, but he had to be realistic about where we are, and the understanding of the communities. Just so to not try that this year, maybe try next year. Uh, so we just hoping, man. That's all we can do is hope and pray that we get an opportunity to move forward with that plan.
That sounds like a winner. You got anything to add, Mr. Los, Mr. Scholarship Whisperer?
One thing I would say though is if you have a ninth or 10th grader that you know has aspirations of playing in college football, like playing college football, and they never been on a game day visit, this is a great opportunity. And I know everybody's aspirations is, I don't know if it's a pun to a side, is to play, high D1. But you got to start somewhere. You got to. And just, to go to a trip where, like I said, Mont St. Joe, which is going to visit too. I mean, renovated stadium, renovated complex. And I will say this, Ryan's humble about this. But when we go on college game day visits, they treat us like rock stars, like MVP rock stars. Like when everybody else is sitting there listening to sitting in the chairs and stuff, we get tours of the campuses. We get tours of the locker room. We get tours of everything else separate from everybody else's that's the game day visits. So you're gonna get spoiled like you actually on the team. And that's something that the relationship Ryan's built with these coaches to let them know that we coming, we're bringing the quality student athletes that can fit your program. So my two bit is, man, if you've never been on a college game day, start simple. Start within your region. Start within your state. Just go to a game, see how it is, and see how you get treated before you step outside the comfort zone and go to the big dogs. Because at the end of the day, you gotta be realistic, man. Because some of these guys ain't Power Five kids. But at the end of the day, you gotta take advantage of any opportunities out there for any and everybody. And I'm a one of them. I tell you all the time, man. Look, if it's out there for you to take a look at it. Because again, it's all about opportunity.
Right, right. The mayor, do you got anything to add on this?
I would just say do the visit because at the end of the day, I know personally how much their phone rings. Those who's Ryan and Los and Ryan's phone rang at the signing day when some of them kids that thought them offers on the table was legit. So my thing is go ahead and bring it down because if they some of them kids is lucky Ryan and Los ain't me because I told you so guy. You know, for real.
I know. I know you're not
But
playing.
the drinking the Kool-Aid, man, this is $30. Like I'm pretty sure some of these kids some of these parents spend way more than $30 to do a wonderful experience, and I know they got there is testimonials from everything they've done. I know me and Ryan had talked about a quarterback that nobody knew about that they took to on the last little camp tour, and he did pretty damn well. But he also had the grades. So, you know, I say give it a try. Every young man, every parent, give this a try. And if your coaches don't know, again, you can reach out to Los, you can reach out to Ryan to get the information that you need. Because again, some coaches withhold information.
Woo! That's true. That's true. Uh, Anybody got anything else before we wrap it up, guys?
Let
Hey
me let
man,
me let me say when
Friday
Alex brought
night.
up a good point. With
Okay.
school starting right now, brand new school year. Everybody wants to get recruited. Everybody wants to go to college. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't know what your GPA, your core GPA is, and how your academics look right now, it's gonna be a long, long process. So my suggestion is, since it's been the first 4 weeks of school, is any student lab, I'm gonna say football players, any football player, man, that wants to play at the next level, go see your guidance counselor. Find out who your guidance counselor is, and let them know what you want to do the next 2 or 3 years or 4 years as far as playing for college football. And make sure you understand how the grade system works when it comes to academics. Because the longer you wait And the deeper hole you put yourself in, you're gonna be fighting a long time in an uphill battle, man. At the end of the day, and y'all don't. My motto's always been this: go to a school that you want to go to versus a school you have to go to. And that's because your academics is bad, man. You gonna have to go to schools, man, that you don't want to go to. And for some situations where you got possibly go to JUCO, that's man, that's a hard situation when it comes to JUCO with some kids, man. It is. And I'm not knocking JUCO. My brother went to JUCO. I played with some dogs that went to JUCO, but I heard some war stories about JUCO too. And
Right.
they ain't tell you the reason they at JUCO because they ain't take care of their business in the classroom. So any there, I'm just any everybody, man, take care of your stuff in the classroom. If you don't know anything about the NCAA and all the academic stuff, reach out to me. Reach out to Ryan. Reach out to Cosby. We know the information. If we don't have the information, we got resources to get you the right information. Because we want every kid to have opportunity to go where they want to go to. And we don't want nothing to hold you back. Because again, recruiting is about it's competition. Y'all not the only one responding for a scholarship. There's thousands and thousands of kids right now trying to go to school. And what's going to separate you from everybody else? The kid and the college coaches is going to figure out and we guys out, man, that don't fit their mold. Because everybody has a mold when they look for it, when they recruit kids for a team, recruiting kids for a school. Do you fit that mold? And if you don't, they're gonna move on to the next person. So that's my PSA for the day.
That's a good one. Anything, Ryan?
Hey, it's Friday night. Cause everything else, okay, selfish pub and anything like that. Again, I mentioned it. If anybody wants to get to know more about building life through sports, Performance Perfection Academy, Go Hard Sports Foundation, um, Humble Beats Rites of Passage, please reach out. You know what I'm saying? We have some great things going on for these young men, and we need the support. Truthfully, honestly, and everything like that, we need the financial support. We're 1,000%, 501c3 nonprofits, all the everything's legit as far as the paperwork or whatever it is you might think. So if you want to see some of these young men get off the streets and experience something different, tap in. Because I'm a huge advocate of dangling the carrot. We use football. I'm gonna say it the right way. We use athletics as a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. Whatever a young man does once he makes his decision to further his education, that has nothing to do with us. We're just trying to provide an opportunity for them to see a college campus, to meet their admissions people, to meet some people that live on campus, so on and so forth, and then do the football stuff. Because, like Lo said, I mean, I'll mention what he's talking about. They went to Tennessee State. You got Eddie George and all those guys down there. Well, I know 4 or 5 guys on the staff personally, and so they went to Tennessee State not too long ago. And I called up a young man that I know that he's a student, not a student athlete. He's a student. Called him up and said, "Hey, there's a group of kids coming down from Kentucky. You show them love." Man, you'd have thought that my man was like the president of the university. He pulled up on them, walked around campus, showed them the different sites, told them what it was like to be in class, told them what it was like to register, told them everything they needed to know. And then they went to the football stuff. And then when they went to the football stuff, you would have thought there was a part of the team. They on the sideline like everybody else does it. But at the end of the day, while everybody else is going home, saying, "All right, coach, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever the case may be, these guys in the locker room with the team, hanging out, clowning, you know what I mean, excited with the Tennessee State University football staff and the students.
Right.
You know what I mean? They not in the bleachers with the coaches that come out the locker room. They in there. And you know what I mean? That's what it's about right there. You want to get the full effect when you do a trip. Well, there's certain things that you got to do. Number one is about relationship. Number two, it's got to be realistic. Go to places that are realistic. You know what I mean? You just don't go anywhere and everywhere because I'm not trying to go to a football game, eat me some nachos and then go home. Nah, bro.
Right.
If we're going to go to this game, I want to meet people. If we can't meet people, ain't no point of going. What's the point of going? We can do a game day visit like that by ourselves.
Right.
Like if we're gonna take 40, 50 kids with us, get more bang for our buck. So anyway, so yeah, if you interested in helping out, whether you watching this now, watching it later, hey man, we just one call away, one text away. Hoping somebody in a position and is sincere about giving forward. Besides that, hey, I really don't care what Southern or Fairdale or Mayo or Central or St. X got going on Friday night. Everybody needs to be at Kentucky State University Friday night, 7:30, Shelby County versus Collins. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Montgomery, Marcus Harris, Jesse Mitchell, K-State alum. We in the building. Hey, we about to have some fun back on the yard, man. So if anybody watching this, man, come support these young men. You get an opportunity. Get the game. The football game is a football game, but just the fact of showing these young people that it's a community behind them, with some people that they know that they don't know what's behind them. They come show love, man, because it's some great things going on in Shelbyville that nobody knows about, and we about to change that. Both schools, Collins and Shelby County, we rivals and it's heated and everything like that. But at the end of the day, man, it's about these kids. We about to change the whole mantra as far as nobody knows what's going on in Shelbyville. We about to change that.
I heard that. Well, thank you guys for joining, and I definitely know I got me a nice old Shelby County hat coming pretty soon. Well, thank you guys for joining, Coach Ryan Montgomery, Coach Carlos, the Scholarship Whisperer. Thank you guys for joining us, and we definitely will be putting your information out, and all that. I'll do a nice little write up on about sponsorships and all that kind of stuff for you on our social media. Thank you guys.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
it.
guys.
Let me see. Hey, another banger. And actually, I know. Let me get it back to this one. Sorry, Brandon. I don't know why I accidentally clicked you off. I didn't mean to do that. That right there. Look, I'm telling you guys, that is an opportunity, a great opportunity for you to go. You heard the guys. To go to the game, meet the coaches, understand what's going on at the university, all that kind of good stuff. Have a conversation, talk to the position coach. That's an opportunity that has not been in the state of Kentucky. So they are doing it, give you an opportunity to go ahead and do that. You need to check $30. That's nothing compared to other stuff that kids is wanting to do and all this. And this right here, an opportunity to network. You can't beat that. They need some sponsors. Definitely make sure, hey, talk to them, see what they need. Go ahead and help. Because like Ryan was talking about, like Carlos was talking about, get these youngsters off the street, give them opportunity to see something different. Hey, they keeping it local, you know what I'm saying? As far as in the state, they're going to be going to Indiana the following Saturday. So check it out. Great organization, great men. Don't worry about it. Like I said, opportunity for you. They provide it. So thank you for joining. Tomorrow we're going to have Yellow Jackets team president. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to check them out, see what's going on. Thank the mayor for joining me. Didn't mean to cut you out, but thank you for joining me and always being a Johnny on the spot. We're going to holler at you tomorrow. Peace out.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.